I believe there comes a day I will look back to these days and say, whoa, was that really me?
Coming from an African country, Nigeria, where almost every day of life seems like a battling arena.
Welcome to Nigeria, a country often misunderstood and unfairly labelled. I discovered that Nigeria has been described as the worst country in the world and the most dangerous country in Africa.
Top United Nations human rights official has voiced deep alarm over the series of attacks on communities in central Nigeria, which have...
Nigeria is in real danger. We need a lot. No.
Even though Nigeria's economy is bad, there are still some set of people that are making things out rightly and differently within the country.
Should I admit to the fact that this set of people, there is something they know that people like me, or probably people like you, don't know too?
Before I dive into that, have a quick flashback of my life.
When I was still very young, I used to want to become a footballer. But being a child that lives with his grandmother, I was easily convinced to actually chase after something else. And throughout my high school, I was literally unable to chase after anything else than just studying. So weeks and months after my high school, I was idle. I was doing nothing, which actually led me to going to meet one of my uncle that I need a job. And he asked me, what do I need a job for? See, very small, you know how Africa people think, and So with my genuine reason that I want to start a business, like I've learned one or two things about the business, he was so inspired and happy to actually support me with some capitals, a genuine and a good capital. But unfortunately, I liquidated and went bankrupt on the business after 1.5 years.
From a livestock farmer to becoming an attendant in a gas station, then to a bread factory, all in the name of finding a space for myself. Guess what?
Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed.
Going back to where I'm coming from, which is...
Should I admit to the fact that this set of people, there is something they know that people like me, or probably people like you, don't know too? I was privileged enough to have access to free internet, which actually led me to free access to social medias. And fortunately, I get into knowing how people make money on YouTube when I was 20 years old. What a life.
But the reality is, this set of people don't know something someone like me or you don't know. But they have something someone like me or you don't have, which is
Privilege.
So ever since then, I've been on YouTube probably for a year now, and I've not been so consistent. Truly, I've not put enough energy on YouTube stuff, but I think I've been on YouTube for a year.
some of things I've learned within my 5 years of businesses and working under people in Nigeria is how hard it is to actually make things work out for yourself while working under them.
Nigeria is a very kind of crazy country that if you are working for a person, saving up money for yourself to actually chase that your dream is in fact it's not easy, because you will sincerely just be working, and at the end of the day the money will not be enough. You will just keep working and get trapped in the rat race of finding more, saving up for things you need. Nigeria is not a kind of country you can actually be playing such with, because they'll waste your time and they'll use you, and once you are chasing, you're not going to achieve it. So I have to leave all my job aside and started thinking back again of what can I use my life to do for myself.
Being in Nigeria is not actually a barrier, but who you are as in Nigeria may actually be.
I used to wonder why Nigeria will always say Nigeria can never be a good country, Nigeria can never be a great country. And one thing I've learned so far during the 5 years of my life chasing what can I do with my life and how can I create a space for myself and my people and the people around me. One thing I've learned is that wherever it is you are, you have been the person 5 years, 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, or 1 year before it. If you used to think you are going to be a millionaire, you have to have that used to in your words no matter what. If you used to believe there's something you can't do, actually you're not going to be able to do it. And if you used to believe nothing is impossible, you can actually do this. Sincerely, you will do it. So richness is from the mind, and richness starts from the mind. So the question is, do you think you're a rich person? Have you ever played with the power of subconscious? So far, since 5 years passed, I think I've learned this one thing, which is whatever it is you want to do, anywhere or any place, you have to think of how you want to add values to people. When I was actually doing livestock, I think I was really thinking of myself. When I've been into a lot of things that I've done, I think I was actually thinking about myself. But now that I'm on YouTube, I've did a lot of videos that are all just about myself, which I don't think I had value to people or had someone's life or I helped someone out somehow. But now I think I've had a solution to my problem, which is now I want to help people out. I want to add values to people and I want to put values on people's table. The question now is, how am I going to do it? And with a zero balance, how do we want to reach there? Without further ado, let's step in, watch my journey, and now I started helping people with zero balance to unlimited balance.